What's up, cellists? Daniel Plain at String Lingo here. Today we're going to talk about bow hold ergonomics. We want to make this work really well for you so that you can get a beautiful tone out of the cello, but also play in any dynamic or articulation that you want, including chops and grooves. So let's check this out. The first thing to understand here is that the bow hold is not a static thing where you get a grip and it's just that way and you're good. This is a dynamic living thing, okay? So we want to have a dynamic living relationship to it. Now, how do we get there? Well, we want to understand some principles first. We want to make sure our hand placement and finger placement makes sense for our hand. Now, everybody's hand is different, but one of the best ways to do this is shake your hand out, let it droop, let it drape here, and be relaxed, and bring the bow to your hand. Now, my knuckle placement tends to be right around the first knuckle on the stick, on the pinky, as well as the pointer finger, although that's a little bit deeper, maybe between the first and second knuckles there on the top of the stick. So that's where it's comfortable for me. My thumb comes in here underneath the stick here, and this gives a lot of stability. So we want to understand that these 3 points of leverage, or 3 fulcrums, are fundamental to everything that we need to do with the bow. Now, the first dynamic point of force and really the main point of stability here is going to be the thumb. Now, again, everyone's hand is different, so I have long fingers. That's why I can have a really nice big curve in my thumb, and the tip of the thumb is still under the stick here. However, you got to find what works for you. This is what works for me, where the thumb is curved, right? It's a nice classical thumb. My thumb even hits the hair sometimes here, okay, because it's curved that much. Now, if your thumb is a little straighter, that's fine. We do want to play around with this to get some flexibility and build some of that dynamic movement in that we're looking for, and especially for chops and grooves, we can start out with finding a nice static bow hold, a nice center of gravity here, and then just straightening the thumb, letting the fingers open out. And you can do that resting the bow on the string and do some push-ups. Okay, so we have this kind of dynamic sense of actually the hand shape can change and then come back. Change, come back. So these are push-ups. You can also lift the bow off the string. Okay, so we're going to have to engage that pinky fulcrum and do some push-ups that way. And this is going to build some flexibility into the hand because we have to engage with the weight of the bow now. And when we are chopping, we're going to be lifting the bow off the string. So this is really important to get some dynamic flexibility happening here. So again, 3 points of leverage. The thumb provides a lot of stability. That pointer finger is the point of weight transfer. So if we apply weight to the string, it's going to go through the pointer finger and it's going to be counteracted by that secure thumb. So we have this mechanism here. And if we lift the bow off the string, we have this third point, which is the pinky, which needs to engage, lift, and it's counteracted by the thumb again, and the first finger, the other fingers can hold the bow in place as we lift. And with these 3 fulcrums, we get a lot of clarity because we have a way to apply weight, and we have a way to lift, and it's a dynamic thing. We have a way to change string crossings quickly for certain techniques, right, that could still be led maybe with the arm and the big muscles, but there's some engagement here. So we want to really build some fluidity here. It takes time. Be patient with that. Now, if you need to go back to the pencil, this is how I start a lot of my students. If you're a beginner, starting with a pencil just to get the bow hold oriented is great. So again, you can find those knuckles and let the other fingers just drape, and then find the thumb underneath. And if you have this structure, right, you are in very good shape to begin exploring a lot of this. And again, the thumb underneath really gives a lot of stability. If the thumb is on the side, and now I have the weight of the bow even, it's going to pop out. So we want that thumb really nice and stable underneath, And we have a bunch of exercises we can give you to build some fluidity, some stability, and some dynamic exploration into our bow hold and the process of creating tone, which we're going to get into shortly. But hopefully this is a good enough introduction that you really understand, wow, this is a dynamic thing, and I need to get comfortable actually moving the bow and making this flexible and not this fixed idea of a bow grip or a bow hold.